There we go. They just changed the whole like the whole back end of like YouTube. So I was like trying to figure out how to find the live part or to go live or something like that. All right.
Give it a couple minutes, see some people show up.
No one's showing up.
When you do these, it's always a scary thought that nobody's going to show up.
Yeah.
I did one once for Scanner Monkey, an FBA group. Years ago when I released an online sourcing course.
Okay.
And man, like 170 some odd people showed up. I was afraid nobody was going to show up.
The awkward 5 minutes. What's up, Michael?
Yeah, I was scared shitless, man.
Let me close some of these tabs down. This one down. This one down. I'll leave that one. Here we go. All right, everybody's showing up. Here we go. What's up, everyone? Everybody that's coming in right now, please like the video and share it. Share it, please.
Hit that thumbs up.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, let me share this out to the group, too.
Cool. Adding hoodies.
All right, shared out.
Shared out. Cool. All right. Well, we have a special guest on. What's up, everyone? Hey, how's it going? We have a special guest on. We have his name is Matt Carlett. If you don't know him, he is doing some crazy numbers. When I first started getting my numbers pretty high, I actually reached out to him, messaged him just to talk to him, and he seemed like a pretty cool guy. And he actually answered all my questions. Like I asked him like what was selling. I asked like the most straightforward questions, like, so what's making sales for you right now? And he answered them. You know what I mean? Like most people are like, why do you want to know that? Like why?
I'm not gonna give away the secret sauce, man, but I'll give you a roadmap to get there.
Yeah, and he was pretty cool. He was like legit, like he didn't.
I actually think like, I made you a quick video and sent it over to you.
Yeah, he did. Oh yeah, you did. Yeah, he actually did make a quick video, and he was pretty. He was cool, like, and like he's seen like what I was doing for everybody, and how I was like sharing all the information that I had, all the information that I received, I shared with everyone, and he's seen that, and he kind of like. He appreciated that. So, and then he reached back out to me and he just answered all my questions. So
that's what I liked, cool. Man. I could tell you were hungry and ready to, like, you weren't going to waste my time if I was going to, so if you reached out to me, you weren't going to waste my time. And I knew you were going to do something with anything that I gave you that could help you. So yeah.
So what you're saying, RJ, is Matt's the secret to your success. Like this,
that's the real reason credit, man.
Sell a T-shirt.
He's pretty successful. I'll take credit for it. That Merchella thing, that's all me too.
There you go.
I won't be there, but it's on me.
Nah, but he has a lot more experience than both me and the other Matt. He has a lot more experience than us, and that's why I reached out to him, and he seemed pretty cool. So he's almost doing this for about 2 years, right?
Yeah, in actually over 2 years that I've known Chris Green for a while, so when he says to jump on something, I usually will do it, and so that's what I did with merch. And I got in, but I got in like October of 2015, but I didn't start taking it seriously until February of 2016. And then I've done it almost, that's almost all I've done since then.
Yeah.
I've phased out FBA for the most part. I'm going to get into FBA more this year, partner on some stuff, but I don't want to do it full time again. So merch or print on demand is my gig.
Yeah. I get what you're going with that. So it's less work, you know what I mean?
I didn't want to spend any more time in stores. I'll be perfectly honest.
Oh God. For sure. Didn't ever want to see another book.
Yeah, and I don't want to pack any more boxes.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. So, okay, honestly we skipped something. So, the last 7 days we kind of do like a little report. If you're okay with that, Matt.
Yeah, do whatever.
Both Matts.
No,
you guys are okay with that?
I'm not okay with that. It's been a really, really slow last 7 days.
So last 7 days I sold 174 shirts at $760 and royalties.
All right.
That's what I'm at.
I'll go next. Last 7 days, we've done 48 shirts for $249.64. And yes, that 64 cents is important.
My turn?
Your turn.
Yeah, your turn.
I did 232 in the last 7 days for $1,229.92.
Nice. Now, what tier are you at, Matt?
I am at the 6,000 tier.
Okay.
Which I just got up to probably at the beginning of November. I've been like able to tier. I've sold over 30,000 shirts total. Let that sink in. That's like, I was surprised when I saw that, man. That's like a lot of shirts. Yeah. But I just can't get up to that. Like, it's so hard for me to tier up. So now I'm just like throwing everything at the wall just to tier up more and more and more. Yeah, but it's like the uploads right now, the uploads are 120 a day and I can't do that. Yesterday I did 120. Today I've done like maybe 36 or something. I can't keep up with 120. Yeah. So I'm okay with 6K for now.
Yeah. How many live designs do you have?
Good question. As of right now, I have 3,714.
3,714. Yeah. I'm at 4,381. What about you?
We are at 935 on tier 2K.
And 35. So, what do you have to get up?
We have to get up to 1,600 to go to 4K. Yeah.
Okay. Me and Matt, Carlett, we have to get to 4,800, I believe, and then we should be able to tier up.
Yep. That's my plan. I want to tier up, but I just can't, because I still upload. I know you and I talked about when you were looking for an uploader, and I can tell somebody how to hire an uploader and stuff, but I don't have one, man. Like I don't have I know it's got to be done, but I'm just not there yet where I trust somebody to upload for me.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Big step. We're kind of going back and forth about it behind the scenes. Me and my wife, I'm pushing hard for it, and she does not want to do it. So, it's going to be a balancing act. Like, it's just it's one of our most precious things right now, right? Like, this account is worth a lot of money to us, so we want to take a chance of somebody else screwing it up.
I hear you, man, and that's what scares me the most. And it's not even I think that somebody's going to do something malicious in the account. Right. My fear is that I'm going to give them a spreadsheet of stuff to upload, and there's going to be something wrong in there that's going to start forcing rejections. So okay, so they all of a sudden I get 120 rejections in one day. You know, if I'm doing it, I'm making sure I'm checking everything. I would hate to give that to somebody else and then have that happen. You know, so I'm just not there yet. I should be.
I get what you're saying. Totally get what you're saying. And like, have you been uploading the hoodies as well?
Yeah.
And everything, sweatshirts, long sleeves.
Yeah, I have yet to sell one, but I don't have many up. Today I took the day and uploaded a shitload of them. So we'll see if I start getting some sales. Yeah, I've actually been taking the advice of Michael Aston. Had some great advice about keywording your hoodies, which I thought was really good. Where he said, say like if you're doing like jobs, like say you have a bunch of job designs, so put in there like construction worker hoodie instead of saying like if you're say like your design is construction workers are awesome or something. Okay, so put construction workers are awesome as your title, but then put in construction worker hoodie. See what I'm saying? So make sure to get that main keyword in front of the word hoodie. And sure enough, if you do like a search for whatever your main keyword is and hoodie, you're gonna find people out there and they're making sales. So it was a good little nugget because I literally wasn't doing that. I was just doing the title of my shirt and then just throwing hoodie at the end, like where I'd put shirt.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying? Archer, you're looking at me like you're like,
no, I've been analyzing a lot of keywords the first 10 days of this year, and all I've been doing is keywords, and I understand exactly what you're saying, and I've been noticing a lot of people do that. So I've been doing the same thing with my long sleeves, my sweatshirts. So I get what you're saying for real. So
yeah, I haven't put up any sweatshirts yet. Have you sold any?
I sold my second sweatshirt today. Probably about 30 minutes ago. I'm putting them at $39.99.
Nice. What's the royalty on that?
I think it was $8.20.
30 something.
Nice.
$8.79.
Nice.
So
that's the next thing I got to get to. See, not like uploading everything myself. I'm always at a backlog. I'm always behind. Always. I probably have 200 designs sitting because they haven't been uploaded yet, you know. So it's like it doesn't make sense for me not to have an uploader, but I just am not. I don't know. My comfort level's not there.
How about the designs? Are you doing designs yourself too, or
am I doing them myself?
Yes.
No, I stopped. I did my first 500 2 years ago, and then since then I've hired designers.
Nice. How many do you have? If you don't mind me asking.
Just one.
One. That's cool.
Yeah, I have one main designer. I have another that I use for. She can design, and I'm using her for my wife's account pretty much.
Nice.
But I also use her for like resizing stuff and things like that.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Now, are you using any tools to help you when you're uploading, Matt?
Yeah, I use Virtualister Pro, which I love. It's awesome. Shout out to oh god, who's the guy who does that? I forget his name. I've talked to him.
It's
King, right?
King, yeah. I've talked to him a million times. Yeah, that's a good product.
Yeah, I have it. I have it down below in the links.
Affiliate link.
The other thing I use is Merge Tools, which I love. Just have the shortcuts there. I love it.
Yeah, John King. There it is. Yeah, that's his name.
Yeah, John King.
Okay. That's I try to give it to my uploader so she can use it, and she didn't want to use it. She didn't like it.
Really?
And I was like, "What do you mean you don't like it? It's like it makes things so much easier." But hey, that's on her.
It's too fast, man. She can't bill as many hours.
Yeah, I know.
True story, right?
I know. I've been getting on her too, man. She put some like random keywords in the title. I was like, this has nothing to do with this shirt, where'd you get this keyword from? And she's like, well, I seen it on other shirts or something like that. I forgot what it was. I mean, I was just, I don't know. I get what you're saying. It's kind of hard to train them because you got to get them to understand keywords. Like I'm barely understanding the keywords and just like the long tail part.
Yep.
And like, is a shirt for a woman? Is it for a man? Is it for a girl? Is it for a boy? Like, that's what I've been noticing too. If you put that in your keywords, you'll get actually more impressions. It seems like organically.
Yeah. Yeah. I keep my, my bullets pretty short, but I always try to use some like at least one long tail keyword in there. Matter of fact, I'm down to in my bullets just using one keyword per bullet because I want to keep them really short. You know, like I don't think that Amazon wants a paragraph in there. You know,
you're basically keeping it really, really tight, trying to focus on that one main keyword for the shirt or whatever the design is, and try and make sure that it's really relevant to what your design is.
Yeah, so if I'm like doing a nurse shirt or something, and my keyword is like nurse hoodie, so I might go and I use merchant words. I know it's not like it's totally not accurate, but it gives you a good like basis of what it gives you like a ballpark of.
Well, it gives you something better than anything else, right? Like I use scope, and it's the same thing. Like it's not perfectly accurate. At least it gives me an idea that like this keyword probably ranks higher than this keyword right here.
Yeah, exactly. And I use that, and I use Merchant Former, and I grab some, like either what do you call what does Amazon call those words that they suggested keywords?
Yeah.
Or a long tail and throw it in there. So it might be like if my main keyword's nurse hoodie, it might be nurse hoodies for men and women, something like that, or funny nurse hoodie. I would put in the bullets,
Okay. You're not putting any holidays in there at all in like the bullet points?
I will. I take that back. I will put holidays in there or birthdays, depending on the niche, what I'm gearing it towards.
Yeah.
I will. I always try to get the word gift in there just because I don't know if it helps or not, but
I think gifts like huge, right? Like, because people will search for like llama gift or unicorn gift, that kind of stuff. So I think that's always a really strong one to have in there, especially in the title.
Yeah. So I mean, I've been doing like short bullets for a while now, probably over a year, and they seem to be pretty successful. I just don't want it to look spammy, I mean, that's my main thing. I want Amazon to look at my listing and say, "Oh man, this is boring. This is exactly what we want."
Right.
We don't want it to look like hell.
Added benefit of that too is there's less things to trip you up. Like there's less things you have to worry about, like having the wrong combination of keywords or Amazon getting two keywords, because I mean they read the entire bullet and then they kind of piece it all together. So like you might have a keyword here and then 3 words down there's a different keyword and it might trip them to have it go through review. And I hate seeing that when I have a shirt stuck in review.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah, so just keep it short and sweet. I literally I did this in my FBA business too. I use the KISS method, man. Just keep it simple, stupid, or stupid simple. Like I hate complicating stuff.
It's crazy because so one of my shirts that I did 1K in profit for in I think it was November. In the last 30 days, one shirt did over 1K in profit. But nice. I put a couple holidays in there though. I did like Valentine's Day, Father's Day, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now Valentine's Day is coming around. It's starting to pick up again.
Is it really?
So, yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out. I like, you know what I mean? Everything's a test. Like I'll spam one of my listings just to test it. I'll spam. Like I don't care. Like you know what I mean? I'm testing it.
Yeah.
And honestly, that don't seem to work. But when I start to do like the holidays, like St. Patrick's Day, Valentine's Day, Father's Day, and the bullet points, I don't know. If for some reason it seems like it's getting traction, and now
Are you combining that with like gift? So like great gift for Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day, whatever, or is that how you're writing it?
So
that's what I do.
Perfect gift for Mother's Day, Father's Day, Valentine's Day, Christmas, birthdays, anniversaries, retirement, or no reason at all.
Yeah, mine are pretty similar. I try and keep it to just 1 or 2 holidays, maybe. Yeah, actually 2 or 3. But yeah, mine's very, very similar to yours.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and that's what I noticed. And it's sold 3 yesterday and 3 today again, or 5 yesterday and 3 today. So I don't know. It's just
gotta love that, man. That's what I like to call, dude. Those are like my favorite little assets. I look at my shirts as little assets that just like I make them once and they just keep like turning out money.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like some of my best-selling shirts are ones that I've had up for almost 2 years.
Yeah.
You know, and they just keep pumping out money.
That's the beauty of this over like FBA or something else, right? Like you're not having to replenish your stock. Like it's up there and it's there.
Yeah, once. You make it once and you can put it out. And now we have so many different options to put it out on.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. And then it comes around like around this time because you've been doing it for almost 2 years. You already know, all right, this shirt's going to make sales already. Like it's going to make sales this holiday. So you know that shirt's going to take off again.
Yeah. And, you know, that's one of the things that I started doing last year is, and I don't know if I'll do it this year. Well, I'll have to wait and see. But I did it for St. Patrick's Day. Is all my shirts that had sold last year, I marked down to get them like some heavy traction before St. Patrick's Day. And then I raised them up again. And it seemed to work. I'll maybe try it with a few this year, maybe not all of them like I did last year, but I like to play around with price. So, you know, if I think something's gonna sell, gonna gain some traction by being a little bit lower for a while, I'll do that. You know, I don't mind taking a hit on price, you know, for the good of the overall good of the shirt or, you know, of the sale.
Yeah.
Right. What's your strategy when you're posting a shirt for the first time, Matt? Like, do you have a set price that you start off at? Do you kind of just ballpark it and throw it out there?
What I used to do was I would set everything at $11.99 to start, so it got its first sale, and then I'd immediately go up to competitive price, and I'd check the competitive price. My favorite thing about Merch Informer, besides the trademark checker thing, that's tracking, is the competition, where you can just throw a word, a niche word in, and it'll bring up all the shirts that are, you know, top 100 or whatever in there and tell you what the competitive price is for them. And I usually list a little bit under competitive price. If it's like, say it's like a scaled design and it's something like, if I have one shirt that's selling like, okay, so say like, I don't know, like nurses love St. Patrick's. I like to use nurses because everybody has nurse shirts, I think. Nurses love St. Patrick's Day. Okay, so say I got that shirt and it's selling a lot, then I'll immediately start doing, you know, like male nurses love St. Patrick's Day, doctors love St. Patrick's Day, that kind of stuff. And I'll put those right up to the competitive price, if you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But I've decided not to do that anymore, I don't think. I think it's okay to do when you're first starting out to keep your prices low, but I've been starting everything right at competitive now. So my strategy is compete in the market. Start out a little bit under if you want, and then just raise from there.
Okay.
If you're new, play more with price, I think.
Yeah, I think I know we got a number of like new people that got accepted within the last couple of weeks. Like that's literally like the biggest piece of advice I can give them is like don't care about profit when you first start out. Like literally just care about getting out of those first couple of tiers so you can do more than 2 uploads a day. Like, you know, being able to do 10 uploads a day at 500 lets you actually test some things and do some stuff. Other than that, like get out of it. Like buy yourself out if you can.
Yep. I totally agree. I've been telling people that for a couple of years now, is that don't even make any money until you get to the 100 tier. I mean, don't even think about it as making any money. You can't lose money. I mean, even if you sell one, you know, if you're selling it for a penny, you're still making a penny. But you know, have great designs, price reasonably, price under market, I think, and if you can buy yourself out, buy yourself out.
Yeah.
That's so basically just let's say like Valentine's Day, for example, you go into Merch Informer, type in Valentine's Day, and to see what, like, say, like the average price is $15.39. You'll price it at $14.99.
Yeah, probably. Yep.
Okay.
That's probably, at least the start. Yeah, until I gain a little bit of traction, and then I'll raise it from there.
Yeah, I have one shirt right now that's probably hit 3 sales, and I just messing with the price. I have it at $12.99, and it made a few sales, and I'm just like, all right, that's okay. Let's let it sit there, and I'm running AMS ads to it too, and I'm just like, let it sit. I don't care. I'll spend $100 on that shirt. If it takes off, it takes off. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
Yeah. AMS is another thing too that people who are just starting out can use a little bit, or like Google, like the Amazon giveaways over Twitter or whatever. That's a good way to, so you're buying the shirt, but you're still getting it out there to somebody. When I the reason why I would start everything at $11.99 is because not this past November, but the November before, they decided to take down anything that hadn't sold in like 60 days or something. And in 24 hours, I lost like 1,600 shirts. So yeah, so I was like, oh man, well, I guess. And I had a ton. At that time, I had like 2,400 shirts up, and so I lost 1,600 shirts, and I'm like, okay, so I need to change something because I paid for most of those shirts. So then I started lowering the price, and it works. It does. It works. I don't know if putting them at $11.99 is, for somebody who sells as much as I do, is a good thing. I think when you're just starting out, I think it's okay, but now I've kind of come to the conclusion that I don't need to do that,
Yeah. I mean, at a certain point, too, when you have that many designs up, like having to go back and edit prices and change it constantly and bump them up, like it becomes as much work as doing all the uploads.
Oh, it's a major pain in the ass, man. I was doing it every morning. It was the first thing I did.
Yeah.
And it's a pain until we get access to the API and they can come out with repricers and stuff. It's all going to be manual price changes, and it's a pain.
Yeah. Anthony wants to know, did you put those shirts back up after they got pulled down?
A lot of them I did, yeah, and a lot of them sold. Yeah, I used to not put my shirts back up, and I used to just forget about them. Now, if something doesn't sell, I try and figure out why.
Yeah, and, I mean, that's kind of what I've been trying to do too, is like look at the shirt and look at the design, because the designs, for the most part, I think they're good. So it's like, where are my keywords off that somebody's not seeing this and getting, and getting a buy out of it?
Yeah, man, and I've had some really good success since about July when I started doing this and putting them back up. I've had some great success that I would say my retention rate is, it's really high now. It's like in the 80s.
Oh, wow.
Of what I can get to sell.
Nice.
Yeah. I've been lucky to hone down, like, what I think will sell a shirt or what I think didn't sell a shirt.
Right.
Yeah. So that's been good. I recommend everybody does that. There's one thing that I always say, because, owning a design business where I would sell, designs to people would always come and say, I've had all these shirts and they didn't sell. I'm like, okay, well, what did you do with them? What did you do to change them? I can't, I can give you the tools and I can give you titles and bullets and stuff, but maybe it needs to be tweaked. Maybe it needs something else. I can't guarantee you that it's going to sell. You need to be responsible for your designs and adjust the prices, adjust the titles, adjust the bullet points, if something's not selling.
Yeah. Okay. And then with the AMS ads, how are you doing that? Are you doing any AMS ads, or like, how many do you have up? Do you have any up?
Oh man, right now I have like 700 of them up. A lot of them are Christmas, so I just took them all down, or I just paused them all. I went heavy for Christmas and AMS, and now anything that's holiday related, I do AMS for.
Okay. That's what I've been doing too. I've been actually putting on under one campaign, I'll put one niche. So for example, let's say Valentine's, I have like over 70 like 70 ad sets underneath that one campaign.
Yep, I do the same thing.
Okay, cool. Because I was like, keeps it way more organized instead of having like 200 campaigns up and it's all loading slow. It's all
especially when you start killing off ad sets too. So like you have those terminated ads in the middle of all your block or whatever. It's so hard to go through and figure out what's actually like, keep track of what's selling and what's not.
And it's so much easier to do it that way with the bulk uploader, because you can just sort by your campaign names, and anything that's there, anything that's like with my Christmas ones, I was just able to quick go through and just pause them all or take them all down to 0, so it was just one quick step to get it all done.
With the spreadsheet, right?
Yeah, with the spreadsheet. Yeah.
Okay.
AMS isn't perfect, man. It has a long way to go, but for now we mess around in it and it's clunky.
Yeah. So what's your strategy like with AMS ads? Let's say do you wait for a shirt to make a sale, or do you just go straight into it before, like you don't even care if it makes a sale, you just throw it on there?
Well, I don't care. If it's something trending like Valentine's Day, like all my shirts, I just put them all up there. And I just kind of picked what I thought would be the best color shirt for it or whatever to do the ad. If it's something like I have some niche shirts that sell pretty well, so I throw those up there. I would more for 90% of my stuff is evergreen. Stuff that's evergreen, I'll pick and choose if it's stuff that's sold.
Yeah.
If it's holidays or anything trending, I immediately just put it right up.
Okay. And then so then also too the daily budget. How are you going about that? $5, and then how about your bid, or how are you going about that?
Oh man, over Christmas I just pumped them. Like I started out high on everything. Yeah. And I just hammered them, which worked, but it only works to a point, and then you realize, oh no, I'm spending
a lot of money getting spent every day.
Yeah, I need to adjust. So then you find the ones that haven't sold and whatever, and you adjust them or whatever. But you piss away a lot of money before that, so you hope you make it up. And luckily I was, but not I wouldn't do that in any other time of year, I don't think. So I start low, and then as it sells or as it gets impressions, I'll just move it up to see if I can hit that sweet spot.
Yeah.
Where the everybody's bidding at, and see if it's worth it to me.
Yeah. I think a lot of people kind of don't understand AMS ads yet, but it's like there's no secret to it. It's all about testing. So if you're gonna it's about increasing your bids and stuff like that and messing with it. But once you get that certain level, you'll crush it. You'll see some good numbers. You'll see like a good you'll spend like. I have one ad that spent $31 and it had made $600 in sales. So once you understand it, then you can kind of see the sales increase.
Yeah, and shit, man, I don't even understand it. I mean, I do. I understand the whole concept, but there's no secret. I mean, literally, it's you just got to kind of feel it out, and it's something that you have to look at every single day.
Yeah,
and you have to be on top of it, or you're gonna lose your ass. I spent a lot of money over Christmas, thousands of dollars, but I made thousands of dollars in sales too. It was well worth it. But, you got to have money. You got to have money to do that.
Yeah, exactly.
So AMS not for everyone, and I don't think everybody just wants to go in there guns a-blazing.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of people that burned a lot of money in Christmas that they just got accepted into AMS and they're like, sweet, I'm going to sell a bunch of shirts now. So they pumped their bids up and put their budget up and went through a lot of money. You baby steps. You really got to take baby steps starting out because it spends really, really quick.
Yeah, I'll just tell you, now, since we're out of Christmas, I start my bid super low, 10, 15 cents, something like that. But I mean, during Christmas, there were some days when I was pumping them up over $1, you know, because something was hot.
But it's all a test, though. You already knew that you're going to make it back. Like,
yeah, you can't be afraid. You can't be afraid to lose a little bit of money to test it out. I mean, that's you got to have a high risk tolerance, I guess.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, it helps you have a little bit of experience too. Like you've been through a Q4 before, like you've been selling shirts. So like you kind of know, that stuff's going to sell for you already. So it helps to be able to take that risk to start out.
Yeah, definitely. That definitely helped a lot. Cause last year, Q4, I had no idea what to expect. And it like just blew my mind last year.
Yeah.
You know?
All right. So for December, if you don't mind me asking, what was the month royalties, or like can you give us a range of your?
Yeah, hang on.
Let's check this out, guys. Let's see.
So I sold 3,588 shirts.
Nice.
And my royalties were just under 20K. It was 19,571 and 51 cents.
Wow. Good job. Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah, it was a good month. I actually, that's roughly what I did last year too. So I hate to say it, but I was a little disappointed because I hate to say that because I know a lot of people didn't do that well, but doing the same I did 2 years in a row. I wanted it to be a lot higher than that, but the throttling killed me just like everybody else.
Everybody. Yep.
Yeah. We're all there.
And remember too, like the biggest thing too, he did 19,000 in profit with no inventory whatsoever, no overhead, no nothing. So,
no customer service. More important, like no customer service.
No return.
Never stepped foot in the store.
So
none of that.
That's how powerful that is. That's amazing. Good job.
That's why I call them assets, man. They, they're just like these little things that just sell and sell and sell. I love it. Love this business. You see why now? Like I'm weary about having somebody in my account to upload.
Right. Yeah. For sure.
Okay. Let's see. Okay. Guys, do me a favor. There's 70 people watching. Please give it a thumbs up and share the video. Appreciate it. Yeah. Thank you.
Trying to get this thing over 100 people live for the first time. Like we've come close a couple times. Like it'd be really nice to hit that number tonight.
I think on my Tuesday night hangouts that I would do with Kyle, we hit over 100. I think 3 times. One of them was when we had the Jensen.
Oh yeah, the Eclipse.
Carlett and Kim Jensen. Yeah. Everybody was interested in that.
That was crazy.
Like 130 that night. People were psyched about that. It was fun.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, well, for 2017, how much in royalties did you do for the whole year of 2017?
It was over 6 figures.
Over 6 figures. Okay.
Yeah. Not like crazy over 6 figures. It was in the lows. Like it was over 100,000, but it was like, just over. It wasn't like, we're not talking 400,000. We're not talking 150,000. We're talking.
Yeah.
I'll take those numbers. It's okay.
Yeah. I just don't want people to think, 6 figures.
For sure.
He made like $800,000.
Still good though.
No, are you solely merch, or are you doing stuff on like Etsy, Redbubble, Teespring?
Yeah, I do it on all that stuff.
Okay.
It's Etsy. Like I pick RJ's brain all the time on Etsy. I'm just a huge failure at it right now at this point. And the other ones are just I think Redbubble was my next most successful. Zazzle actually was my next, and that was like $300 in December. Redbubble was like $250, and all the rest were, pennies. It was not very much at all.
Yeah.
So now that's where you can. This is what we've been talking about, in private. Like that's where you can bring an uploader in too, and kind of maybe take away some of the stress in terms of like merch and everything else, because you don't have to worry as much about losing that account.
Yeah, I have an uploader that does everything for me except Spreadshirt. just because of the size differences. So I have a different uploader do that, and I want to train somebody for Etsy, but I'm getting hung up on the RJ. I should probably talk to you about this, but I'm getting hung up on the mock-ups.
Yeah.
Because I do all custom mock-ups, you know, and it's a pain for me to do them, and teaching somebody how to do them is like 10 times worse. I could probably just hand it to a designer and they'd be like, oh yeah, I can rip this off in like 2 minutes and make it super easy.
Yeah.
Which is what I should do, but Etsy's my next thing to conquer.
Yeah, honestly, I just been doing the default ones.
Yeah.
And it seems to be working pretty good. I had someone come in today and they ordered 4 shirts on one order. And yesterday I had an overseas order, and it just, I don't know, the default one seemed to work pretty good. And I have an uploader on there. He's doing 10 a day. I think I have 1,010 or 1,020 listings on Etsy already. So
just with the white backgrounds?
Yeah, just with the white backgrounds.
All right, that changes the game.
And they spent
many hours trying to hammer down like a mock-up system, you know, like an easy way to do it, and there has been no easy way that I've figured out, at least. All right, well, cool. I'll do some testing,
and I'll show you some accounts that are killing it just with the white background. So I'll send you some links.
Do it. Send me the secret stuff.
Yeah.
My goal, what I would like to do, is pay my bills with Etsy. Seriously, that's what I think I could do over the next year, is, you know, have all my bills paid with that, and then if I lost my merch account for whatever reason, you know, you're still good to go.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I have other things that I do that I'm already there, but I would prefer that my living come from print on demand, then you know what I'm saying? Like, I just, that's always my goal. Like, when I start something new, like, I want to pay my bills with that, you know. That's how I always did with Amazon, is like, I started with like my Verizon bill, you know, so I wanted to make enough money to do my Verizon bill. Well, once I could pay that, I wanted to tack another bill onto it. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of how I judge myself on how I'm doing with the business, is how many bills I can pay with the business.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
I know it's so boring. I'm not out there buying Lambos and all kinds of stuff. You know, I got kids, man. I got to pay bills and stuff.
Yeah, that was our goal when we started out, was like, we just wanted to pay our rent with the merch money. And then now that we're there, like, now it's like, okay, well, we want to level up. Like, I want to kind of, you know, match my income from my regular business, see if we can do that, and then, you know, see where we can go from there.
Dude, I'm at the point where I love the Buffalo Bills, and they got in the playoffs. So on a whim, I flew down to Florida this past weekend and went to the Bills game, and you know, took my dad to the game and stuff. And that's where I'm at now. I love that stuff. That's awesome. Merch has helped me do that.
Yeah, that's so cool.
I've seen that. That's why I think I see that on Facebook.
Yeah.
Okay. That's nice. That's cool. All right.
So what are your goals for 2018, Matt? Like, where do you see your business going in 2018?
I would really like to double everything. I had some lofty goals last year that I just missed miserably. So I'd like to get more automation too. I mean, automation is going to be a big thing this year, because I work too much inside my business, I think. So that's going to be a big thing for me, and just continue to grow and grow and grow. That's why I was disappointed in December that I did just about the same as I did last year.
Right.
And I know that there's like 90% of it's totally out of my control, but you know, it still bummed me out. I wanted to grow more.
Now with the price changes that we're going to see, with the royalties, do you plan on raising your prices, or are you already doing that, or how are you going to handle that?
Going through and raising everything.
So you just bring it up by $2?
Yeah. Yep. I want to keep the royalties the same. And I got to be honest, seem to sell more once I bring it up. Anyways, you know, my buddy Ken has been bitching at me for a year to raise my prices and stuff. So I did it, and of course he was right.
Yeah. There's nothing he loves more than being able to point that out to, is like, yeah, I told you.
Oh, I know. Trust me.
Okay, let's say because we're having a lot more accounts approved and stuff like that. So what is one of the most like what's something that you can give to the people that are in tier 10 and 25 or tier 10 that just started? What's your number one tip for them to tier up?
Invest in your business and buy yourself out of tier 10. I know there's going to be a lot of people who probably think that's BS, but I mean, either do that or find somebody that needs shirts, like a baseball team or like my wife's class needed shirts, or my kids' classes. So I bought them all shirts. Sure, it's expensive, but you're investing in your business to get you to the next level. Things like that. Any types of charities, libraries, anything you can do that. That's what I did first to get myself to the 100 tier level. I didn't buy myself out. I didn't have to because I started so early.
Right.
But yeah, I would focus on make your number one priority to get out of that 10 tier, and then make your number one priority to get out of that 25 tier. Don't worry about making money. Even when you get to 100, don't worry about making money. Worry about maxing out your uploads every day and getting to that 5 and selling 500 shirts.
Yeah.
I don't care if you make a penny a piece on them, but because once you get to 500, there's plenty of slots to test things and
yeah, it just totally changes the game.
It does, yeah. And then once you get to 1,000, that's another game changer.
Yep.
Yeah. So the profit, once you guys start making profit, it's going to be like at 500. I'm not going to say you're not going to make profit when you're below 500 because you might have that one shirt that takes off. You never know. But for now, just focus on getting to tier 500, and then you can scale up from there.
Yeah, because you can't. It's so hard to test when you only have like 1 or 2 uploads a day. It becomes almost impossible, right? Like you're just throwing darts against the wall. So when you have 10 uploads a day, then you can actually test some things out and see what works.
Well, that's another thing that people who are in the 10 tier focus on, either topical stuff, popular stuff. For God's sake, don't do anything trademarked or anything that's gray area or anything like that. But say you see like, I don't know, like like a flag of something, now nobody call me out on this if it's trademarked or something, but like the flag of Hawaii or something sells. Like there's a bunch of shirts, the flag of Hawaii, okay, and sells consistently. So make your own shirt, make it like distressed and stuff. Keep market price down, price it real low, and try it, stuff like that. Like go out there, do the research on Amazon. That was like the biggest thing for me, is that I did hours and hours and hours and hours of research, to find the designs that I wanted to put up there. Do that first when you're at the 10 tier. If you can't buy yourself out, you need to have like trending shirts or stuff that sells. And good designs. You need good designs.
Yeah, exactly. And that's another thing too. Just like if it's trending, like you have a better chance of making it sell because a lot of people are searching for it. So you have and just put it at cost or whatever. And yeah.
And if you can use AMS too.
AMS, I think AMS is big for sure.
I do too. To get people to tier up and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And don't I'll perfectly honest, I suck at trending stuff. I suck at like not like holiday stuff, but like stuff that pops up that's trending. Like I'm not on Twitter every day. I don't know what's going on out there. I don't care. And I'm not the person who's going to have their pulse on pop culture that's going to figure out that like the I don't kneel shirt or whatever sells. I do evergreen stuff. But if you can do like the trendy stuff, do it. Just make sure you dot all your I's and cross your T's, because copyright's a big thing.
Yeah, and sometimes it plays close to the edges too. Like you got to be really careful with Amazon because they're a lot more selective with the things you can put up, and they don't like to mess around with stuff. So especially if you're like in that 10 tier and you're just starting out, like realize like you don't want to put a shirt up that you'd be afraid to show to your grandma.
Right?
Like don't risk your account. Like you waited a year to get the account. Like the last thing you want to do is lose it within the first month of having it.
Yeah, you gotta be really conservative. I'm 6K. I've been doing this for 2 years. I know that I have a good account that I probably get some preference over younger accounts or accounts that have had a lot of hits on it. I don't have a lot of rejections. I don't have a lot of takedowns, anything like that, because I'm super conservative.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, RJ's so like the second he gets a rejection, he doesn't even touch it again. Like he doesn't even upload that shirt again.
I don't either.
Yeah.
Never have. Never have. As soon as I get a rejection, I try and figure out why for about 30 seconds. If I can't, I don't care. I throw it away. Yes. I won't ever use it again.
Exactly. I'm the same exact way. I'm like, oh, you better not upload that again.
No.
I'll delete it. And I'm like, all right, this design's out. We're not uploading this design again at all.
There's no reason to. There's no reason to complain about it. Amazon's going to do what they want to do. So move on. Move on. There's way too many other things to make money with.
Right, exactly. And I think that's what a lot of people don't realize when they first start out, right? Like they're in the 10 tier and like all of their ideas are coming from, well, I can do a thing about this song or a thing about this book or about this movie, right? There's just infinite ideas that you can come up with that you can sell shirts on. Like you don't need to touch any of that stuff. You don't need to infringe on any of that stuff.
Right. Yeah, I mean that's my very first shirt was it eventually got taken down, but the very first shirt I did had the leg lamp from Christmas Story.
Christmas Story.
Yeah. I sold like 2 of them, and then like a month later they took it down, and I'm like, oh man, why'd they take this down? Well, now I know, you can't rip people's stuff off. I didn't make the leg lamp.
Exactly. Hey, real quick, you got obviously a lot of designs up and you're conservative with your account. Like, how are you keeping track of trademarks? So stuff gets trademarked all the time, right? That like you may have been clean when it went up, but now that somebody's trademarked like World's Okayest or whatever, you know what I mean? Like you might have some of those designs up. Are you using Merchant Former system?
Yeah, exactly.
And you're using
and to be honest, like, once, like, even though I have so many designs up, it's really not that many you have to keep track of. It's really not. Like, once you get down to the bare bones of it, if you're doing like, because I'll do like, I like to flood markets, I'll be honest. So like if I do some research and I see like pinball shirts are selling, I'm gonna flood the market with 100 pinball shirts. So when you do something like that, you're
right.
You're niching yourself down far enough that it's not really usually an issue. I don't do a lot of things that are like World's Okayest. I did at the beginning, but I'm not doing like a ton of those types of scaled designs. I do scale. Don't get me wrong. I do tons of scaled designs. You can't do that many designs without doing scaled designs.
Yeah.
But you got to be, I guess, a little more creative, you could say.
Yeah.
Now, are you like, because they have multiple pricing plans, right? Like, so are you doing? I can't remember what it costs, because there's one that's like unlimited trademarks or whatever, right?
Yeah.
That's what you're doing.
You know what, dude? I don't even know, to be honest. I got my Merchant Former account when they first came out, and then I also had I can't even remember what it was called now, but it was Chris Green's like pro account I bought. It was like $100 for his suite of stuff, and then they combined. Okay. And since I had bought Chris Green's thing, I was grandfathered into Merchant Former, so I don't even pay a monthly fee to Merchant Former. I don't think. I don't pay a monthly fee to Merchant Former or anything.
Yeah, I was happy that I was grandfathered in with the lower price from last year, so that's a better deal.
Yeah. It was like a one-time deal, like a year and a half ago or something like that.
Okay, cool.
And I just happened that I was a customer of both. and I was able to get it on that.
Nice.
But as far as I know, I might not have unlimited trademarks. I might hit a point where I need more trademarks, and then I'll go talk to Neil, I guess.
Okay. I think that's you want to get going with the Q&A?
Yeah, let's ask some questions.
Guys, do me a favor, please. Go ahead and share the video, and one more thumbs up. Appreciate it. Going to start the Q&A right here. Get some questions in the chat.
Sales have been brutal over the past couple of weeks, huh?
Really slow.
Like a couple days before Christmas, that's when it all started right there. Or even like even though on the 20th, like the 19th, it started doing it all weird. And that's like almost the middle of the month.
Yeah.
I really do wonder if Anthony's theory that once the price royalty thing changes, if things are going to open up again. Very curious.
That's sort of what happened last year. I remember, like mid-month, they stopped blocking everything, and
let's see. Yeah, so yeah, I think like the 15th, 16th, 17th, it's going to start picking up. I already see it already picking up already, like the next level, because I was at 15 sales like averaging, and all of a sudden I'm at 25 sales averaging now. I'm just like, okay,
right. So Kristen Harris wants to know, aside from Merch Informer, how do you find your niches? Like, what gives you your ideas?
Where you get your research from?
Oh man, I'm lame, man. I something pops into my head and I look for it on there. It's not like there's no scientific method. Like if I think, somebody mentions bocce ball, and I'm like, oh, you know what? I wonder if bocce ball shirts sell. So
Gotcha.
that's how I do it. I don't have like, and then here's the thing: if I find out that bocce ball shirts do sell or whatever, I go out there and I look, and I see like what's the top one selling, and then I just crush it.
Yeah.
So basically, your strategy is exactly like Ken's. Like you find a niche that you like, and then you just go out there and destroy everybody in that niche.
Ken and I have worked very closely together on what works, and we have for quite a while now. So it's basically the same thing. Yeah.
Okay. Philippe wants to know, what's your breakdown evergreen versus like seasonal and trending designs? Like, how do you split it up?
Like 90, probably like at least 95% evergreen, maybe more than that.
Okay. Do you have a set number, like when you're going into, say, for example, Valentine's Day, I'm going to do this many designs, or is it just kind of by feel?
No, by feel.
Okay.
Now, like if I do like a Christmas thing, like for Christmas, I had like, I don't know, close to 500 designs, I bet. And I just hit everything. I just everything, like I would give my designer, okay, do 10 shirts like this, then do 10 more, then do 10 more, then do 10 more, then do 10 more, just giving them different hobbies or different niches and stuff like that.
Right. So you're combining niches too, right? So like you're taking like nurse Christmas or like doctor Christmas, that kind of stuff too, right?
Oh, 100%, man. That's where the money is.
Yeah,
that's the secret sauce right there.
That's the awesome sauce.
Yeah.
All right. Do you have do you have actually like let's say like an online store for your t-shirts at all, like a Shopify store yet?
I have a niche specific Shopify store that I put up last year. I failed miserably at it because it's a niche that sells really good during Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
And then the rest of the year, the demographic is too young to go out there on the internet and buy shirts. And I didn't think about that when I made the store.
Yeah.
So the store sits idle until about Christmas time when their parents go out there to look for shirts for them, and then they buy them. So I kind of failed at that. So what I'm going to do with that is take that Shopify store, rebrand it to my my t-shirt brand, because I'm actually, I used to do brands for each niche.
Okay.
And now I'm going to use one brand for everything. I'm going to rebrand the store, put everything in it, and then just redirect the URL to a new to my new brand URL.
Okay.
So the question is yes, but it sucks right now.
What were you running to it? Like, are you using Pinterest? What social media platforms were you using to drive traffic to the website?
That was almost 100% Instagram.
Okay.
Nice.
Which actually worked, but like I said, my demographic is young.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's see.
See what else we got here.
Live and learn, man. You know.
I know what you mean.
Do you fill out the description, Matt? Like, do you write out a description for every shirt, or do you leave that out?
No, I do, but I just put either one or both bullets in there.
Okay.
Keep it simple. Make sure, I think the description is important to get the keywords in, you know, to get your main keywords in.
What else we got in here, RJ?
I'm looking. Chat. Well, because there's one that says, he already answered. So what's your team like? So how many designers, and if you have any uploaders there, that was some.
I got one designer, 1.5 designers. And then I have 2 people that upload to different PODs.
Okay.
I do everything on Amazon except design the shirts now.
Okay. Here's a good one. Why do you feel that you didn't reach your goal last year? What happened that made you slack?
What happened that made me slack? Well, man,
I don't call $19,000 in 1 month in profit slack. I don't know. They're just.
But I'm gonna admit that I did, because I really did, because you know, I got 3 kids, man. I got 3 little kids. I got a lot of stress in my life. When I get stressed, sometimes I don't want to. You know, sometimes I want to take a nap. Sometimes I don't want to upload shirts. So, I mean, you know, there's the stuff like that. Life gets in the way. Life stresses you out, man. It's balancing that stuff.
Yeah.
You know, if I was in my 20s right now, which I'm not, I would be a millionaire like RJ right now.
Yeah, I got like another 10 years.
Whatever, another 3.
I think a lot of people don't realize when they first get into this too, right? Like, it's a grind, right? This isn't like overnight success. It doesn't just magically happen. Like, you have to grind at it and work at it and work at it and work at your business constantly to reach that level to be successful. People that step in and they see like these big numbers, like, you know, you put up 20 grand in December, like they think, oh, cool. Like I'm going to totally do that. No problem. It's like, no, that takes a lot of work.
Dude, I spent months and months uploading and designing without making any money. I mean, basically, You're not making any money. I mean, you know, I was lucky that I got in early so I could upload a lot right off the bat. But I mean, I didn't have a great month until I started in February, like hardcore. By June, I made my first $2,000 month. And then from then on, I knew that I could scale it, but I put in the work, you know, working all day, every day. There's no, right now, there's still no off.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I work from home, so I'm almost constantly working. This is not an overnight business, and it's definitely not something that people think it's passive. It's the least passive business I've ever been in my life.
Yeah,
because there's always stuff to tweak. There's always stuff to look at. There's always, you know, the whole thing that this is passive income is a lie, because it's not.
Right. Yeah, no, there's some awesome benefits to merch, like the fact that you don't deal with customer service, you don't have to deal with fulfillment, you don't have to carry inventory, but it is not passive. Like, it's a constant grind. You have to work it.
Yeah. And I'm constantly like, I never get all my stuff done during the day, and I'm here by myself all day long, and I still never get it done. I was uploading until like I get up at 6. My kids are on the bus and gone by 8. I worked all day yesterday, and then last night I was uploading until 10 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
It's constant.
Yeah. And then, okay, so the next question, how much do you pay your designers, your main designer that works on your account? How much do you pay them per design, or how do you do that?
I hope he's not watching, because I would pay him much more than I actually pay him. Because he's gold, man. My guy is gold, and if he comes to me and wants a raise, I'm gonna give it to him. But like I said, I hope he's not watching. But I give him tons of bonuses, and I think that's. I'll get back to the question in a second. But when you have good people like this, take care of them. Give them bonuses. Like, very rarely do I pay him what he did for the week. I'll round it off. So, like, say he did, like, say I owe him this is an example. Say I owe him $93 for the week. I'll just round it up to 100, or maybe 110, or like he like the other day he came to me and he said, hey, listen, I'm in a bind and I need X amount of dollars. I can pay it off. We have a payment plan, per week. So he could do that. Take care of your people. For Christmas, I gave him one hell of a bonus, because I want him to stay with me. I want him to be, I want to be able to trust him, and I want him to be able to trust me. As far as my designs go, you have to understand that I do a lot. I give him a lot of work. So I pay, I'm just gonna say I pay under $5 a design.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
No. I pay mine $2 a design, and he's pretty cool with it too. He's the same exact way. Sounds like he's the same exact way as yours.
Yeah,
pretty loyal. And
for scaled stuff, like if I'm doing scaled stuff, sometimes if I come up with an idea, I'll actually make it, because I actually have an art background and I can work in Photoshop. So I'll actually make the design, and then I'll set it up as a template, and I'll give it to somebody else. I've been known to go out onto oh God, what's it called now? Not online jobs. Upwork, yeah. And I'll just hire somebody for pennies a design to just use my template and put words in, but do 500 of them.
Yeah.
So scaled stuff like that, I pay a lot less for. But the original, like the good stuff, like the really, really like unique, good, great designs, I pay it's under $4 a design. But I give him a ton of work. And I'm always there for him if he needs something. So
yeah.
I mean, it's like RJ talks, it's all about, showing them that they have a long-term job, showing them that they have something that, it's a relationship that's going to be a long-term, full-time job, that they can count on you, you can count on them.
Yeah, that's all they want. And they want respect, man. So, like, if any of my employees come to me and say, hey, I have a religious holiday, I'm always like, dude, go off with your family. That stuff's more important to me. Or like, my designer didn't work for a week because his whole family was sick. I'm like, just go, man. Family's more important than this. And that's how you want to treat those people. You want to treat them like you would want to be treated, because it's a real job. They're providing for their family from what you're hiring them to do.
Yeah. Exactly. That's pretty good. That's good. So, and you guys got any more questions? Everybody, I think everybody's scared to ask you questions. I'm not asking that question.
I usually will answer anything.
They typed it in and erased it real fast.
Licensed artwork. Have you tried any licensed artwork in merch?
I have not. It's on my to-do list, but my to-do list is extra long right now. So.
Okay. Do you have different brands based on the niche, or do you have one single brand now?
I do. Now I have one single brand. This whole time I've been doing brands per niche. Going in and changing all that. It's all going to be under one brand.
Are you going to go through brand registry and actually like trademark it and get it all prepared?
Yeah, I think so. I've bought all the stuff, like I've bought all the URLs and stuff like that. I have artwork for it. I have, you know, logos and
Right.
all that stuff. So I will eventually do that. Especially just for, I think for AMS is my main thing to do that with, because then you can,
Yep.
you know,
your headline ads, product display ads, like having it all under one brand lets you just go ahead and do it.
Yeah,
it's the biggest reason we did it.
Yeah. So did you register your?
No, I didn't have to. You basically just show them the artwork with like a logo that's, you know, for your brand, everything else, and make sure that your shirt matches up to the actual brand name, and you have no problem getting the ads through.
Perfect. Yeah, that's exactly what I want to do. You know.
The top niches for 2018. There's really, I don't really just
Olympics is huge, but don't even touch it with words like Olympics or Team USA, anything like that. It's got to be
Winter Games,
completely generic. And it will sell. I'm selling a bunch of them right now. But they, like I said, they got to be totally generic. And then just your stuff like you know, Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day,
yeah,
Father's Day, Mother's Day.
To start like designing like 45 days ahead.
Yeah.
Start getting it up. Boom, 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 boom. Get them up.
Yeah, I mean, even for 45 days is probably perfect, because you know, if they don't sell between then, they'll go off after the holiday. It's perfect.
Yeah. But you got to make sure you have the sales and you're tiered up. That's it. You know what I mean? You're all green right there.
Yeah, we're coming actually into a good time of year for that kind of stuff, because you have a lot of holidays in a row. Because you have Valentine's Day, which I don't know. It's never been a big T-shirt holiday for me, but whatever. You have Pi Day, which is always really good. Of all things, Pi Day is awesome. Father's Day, Mother's Day, and St. Patrick's Day.
Yep.
Hit those, guys. Tear up. Have fun.
Yeah, Richard Jimenez mentioned World Cup too. World Cup is going to be big, but same thing. Like, those people are ruthless when it comes to it. Like, you got to make sure your stuff is clean. Don't infringe on anything that might possibly be a trademark, you know, copyright violation.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, super generic. Keep it clean.
What's your second favorite print-on-demand platform?
Dude, I'm in love with Etsy. I'm just a failure at this point right now. So, but I haven't put the time into it that I should. But I love Etsy. Although it's made me no money right now at this point, or not much. I just think it's great. I think it's a great platform. Really,
for sure it is. How long have you had your account on Etsy?
Oh, not that long. Months, 3, 4, 5 months, maybe.
Cool. So then you got everyday payouts now.
Yeah, I do have everyday payouts. Yeah,
it's scaling right there. That's some scaling time.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see the next one. Okay. Are you uploading? So when you're doing all your uploads, when you do all your 120 uploads, are you uploading to hoodies, sweatshirts, long sleeves, and t-shirts at the same time, or are you just uploading just the straight t-shirts? Or
I do t-shirts first. I haven't done any long sleeves because they've been out of stock.
Yeah.
But now I am doing them all because I have the slots. Right. If here's one thing for people that are just starting out: don't worry about anything but t-shirts. T-shirts is where the money's at. Yeah,
that's a good call, actually. Like, if you're 10 tier, like, don't bother uploading to anything other than just the standard t-shirt.
I don't even think I would up to 100 tier, because people buy tons of t-shirts all year long. They don't buy hoodies all year long. They don't. I mean, some will, but it's few and far between. Long sleeve shirts I did great on for Christmas. I did really good. I sold almost 1,000 long sleeve, but I don't know if I'll put everything on long sleeves. I don't know. I haven't really decided.
Yeah, they've started to come back a little bit. They have 2 colors in stock right now. They have navy and one of the grays or one of the blues. I don't remember. So if you look at like long sleeve listings, they'll show 2 colors available now. They just started to come back this week.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. You guys got any more questions for them? Any more questions for Matt?
You gotta remember there's a lag between when you ask that and when they show up.
Okay. When will you get to 8K tier? When's your goal? What's your plan? Like, what do you when do you plan it? By the end of the month?
Hang on a sec. Let me plug my laptop in before I lose you here.
Uh-oh.
That'd be a way to end the live stream. Go out with a bang.
Okay. I just had to have my wife bring over my charger. I didn't think that it would drain the battery this quickly. 8K, my plan is hopefully within the next month or so.
Okay.
I'm just going to start hammering my uploads to get there because I don't know, just because I want to. You know, I've been slacking. That's another thing I slacked on was getting, I mean, I should be, you know, much higher tier, but, you know, stuff falls off and I don't know. I've just been slacking. That's all there is.
Yeah, we've had a ton of stuff falling off from like Christmas and other things too. So it's like you see those numbers and like, oh great, they're going up, and then suddenly boom, they drop off 30 shirts.
Yep. It's a game, man, and it pisses you off when it happens.
Yeah, exactly.
How do you communicate with your designers?
I use Trello.
Trello.
Yeah, it's Trello.com. It's really awesome. It's like a card system. You put everything right in there. My business partner, Leslie Rich, got me working on Trello, and dude, I'll never go back. It's the easiest thing to use in my designers. And then I use Google Docs too.
Okay.
And then Skype, if I got to talk to them, Skype.
Skype, yeah. All right. Okay. Let's see. Go ahead. You want?
Premium versus standard, like what are your views in terms of like sales volume? Is it 80-20, 90-10, like in terms of what you're selling?
Dude, during Christmas I sold tons and tons of premiums, tons of them. It's definitely slowed down. That I'm selling mostly standards now, and I don't know if premiums are out of stock. I haven't looked or anything like that, but standards is what I sell most of, but I put everything on premium too.
Yep.
That's one thing I do. I put everything on premium. I didn't do that for the longest time. For until like July is when I started putting everything on premium too.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, I think that's going to do it right there.
I think that's good. I think next week we're going to do John and Amanda Balcazar. I was talking to them earlier, so they want to come on the show next Wednesday. So that'll be fun.
I like them, man. They're awesome. they're good people, and they have a great story, and they're like balls to the wall, man. I like that.
That's the best way to describe them, balls to the wall.
Yeah, they are. They're like they're hardcore. I like that.
Yep.
All right, guys. So John and Amanda will be on next week, and just want to thank Matt for coming on the show. We appreciate him, and he's honestly a very cool guy. You reach out to him, he'll answer any of your questions. So yeah, so I want to thank him for being on the show.
Ready for a bunch of people to hit you up in the DM now, Matt.
Yeah, that's cool.
Thanks, RJ.
Thanks for having me on, guys. I really appreciate it.
I appreciate it. Everybody, thank you, guys.
Happy night, guys.
Good night.